What's up, YouTube? Today we'll be doing something a tiny bit different here. I'm going to show you guys a team game I played in a 2v2. Um, we're all waiting on the new season, of course, right? And I'm really enjoying the game again, actually. Like, playing a good bit more than I have been the last few months. Um, I did take that full long break, and then after that, I've been playing probably more and more every week, honestly. Like, things that have been keeping me from playing is I have a new job and then Baldur's Gate and Starfield. Obviously, we all want to play new games. I'm like everyone else, guys. I don't just play AOE. I'm not an AOE machine, so I've really been enjoying Baldur's Gate and Starfield. And yeah, my new job has also kept me pretty busy. But on top of that, I'm also just like, we're about to get this huge expansion, and I'm so excited. But at the same time, it's like I don't know, it leaves the base game like not stale. Like I love the game. It's in a great spot, but it's just like that what's coming, right? There's going to be 6 new civs. I'm super hype. But anyways, the last couple weeks um I've grown a little bit tired of the 1v1 grind. Just like, I hit conquer it again and again, and then I go back into diamond again and again. The top of the ladder is just a really rough place, and it's going to take a long time to like get to the point where I'm consistently like conk 2 or conk 3 or something like that, right? Instead of falling back into diamond. So I decided, let's get conqueror in teams solo queuing. So in this game, I'm French, my teammate's English, and then let's go ahead and reveal all. We might as well. Um, we've got a Mongols opponent and an HRE opponent here. Um, Now, my game plan solo queuing team games has mostly been just like spam knights. As French, I think it's a really good strategy, honestly, because you can harass one player, and as soon as they like, you could get a few vill kills and keep your knights alive. And as soon as they have spears, you can go on to the other player, right, and harass them. And you can just make knights off 1 TC the whole time. Do your best to keep your knights alive. And in that chivalry and all that good stuff, it's kind of like playing a French mirror, kind of like that build. But you do have to mix it up every once in a while. And sometimes you're forced by the opponent to make other types of units or go for a second TC and boom. You never know, right? So I was going to talk about like how you decide, how you make those decisions and that kind of thing in this game. So the Mongols player is tower rushing here, and the moment I see this villager alone, right, you can harass this tower for a moment. So I started to pull the gold vills to start burning the tower. He notices that, he cancels. And all of those little things just let me get a little bit more gold before I back away and, you know, delay the tower. I'll go ahead and delete the mining camp so he doesn't get a bounty for that. I almost lose the scout, but we managed to pull it back. So this is a really bad tower, and I wish I had garrisoned faster there. Obviously this tower is denying gold, stone, and when he upgrades to air slits, it will even deny these berries. Really bad situation for me to be in. So my game plan immediately shifts, right? I only have 100 gold. I can't go for a knight. Like, you'll see a lot of players go for a knight here, with their 100 gold. What you should do if you really need to get rid of a tower, you need to spend your 100 gold on textiles. So I'm gonna go for a horseman here, and we're gonna mine tons of wood and drop some production as well. We need an archery range, and I'd like to get a barracks as well. The main reason I'd like to get a barracks is because one thing that Mongol players are doing right now is the tower rush. Um, and then when you make archers and you aren't making knights because you're pushed off gold, then they just send in the keshiks, and the keshiks will destroy your horseman and archer comp. And it's kind of just GG from there. I think it's one of a few reasons why Mongols is a really good matchup into French. So what I'm going to do instead is just go ahead and drop a barracks pretty early here. That way I'll be defended against the keshiks. You see a lot of people talk about like they don't like to go spears with French. I think that's a little bit silly. And sometimes you can definitely get away without going spears. But sometimes it is really good to add the spears as well. And one thing I like about adding spears is you may convince or push your opponent into going for archers, right? And then you switch back full into knights at that point when they're going for archers, and your knights will clean everything. So my teammate's doing some good harass here, which I love to see. And he's also going for Castle Age. He's playing, guys. This is how you want to play team games. By the way, I love what T Easy is doing. I'm going to talk about it for a moment. T Easy is playing his matchup on his side, right? He's thinking of how do I want to play against HRE? How would I play against HRE in a 1v1? And that's what he's doing. And I say that because he went for a few units to harass, and he's going for a fast castle, which is how you should play against HRE. And I'm also in the same position here. I'm in a 1v1 with Casper, basically, at this point. Um, and I need to play how I would play against Mongols. So yeah, let's continue. And at this point, I'm just going to make units, a few more units, and then we're going to burn this tower. I have textiles coming in right now. So we'll pull villagers to burn the tower. We'll take this horseman and the scout. And I would like to take a few spearmen as well. I guess I'm not producing them yet, but come on. I'm sure I will. They're coming, right? They're coming. Anyways. Um, but my teammate's getting some great pressure here against the HRE player. He's losing these units, but he's idled the gold. He stopped the tower. And you can see the HRE player is struggling for food as well. So not bad at all for my teammate. Love to see it. And now we're going to burn this tower any moment now. And there I am running out of food, which is real nice. I love that. So yeah, I was in a tough spot at the beginning of this game. And I knew that the Mongol player was going to be going into trade, right? What else do they do? So I was thinking about that this whole time. I'm like, he's going to already have, X amount of traders. But at this point, we're just going to burn this tower. And I'll probably lose a few villagers here. I did not micro this very well at all, or at all, really. But it is what it is. Like, you really have to get rid of this tower. So I lose 2 vills. Not the end of the world. But now I have access to my gold again, my stone. And my berries. And at this point, I wanted to rush a second TC because I knew that he would be scaling eco, the Mongols player, and I wanted to scale my own eco while harassing his trade. And thankfully his trade is garbage at the beginning. I don't look at that 2 gold. I don't know what he's doing, so that's really helpful. And we'll just pick off these spearmen in our base and rush the second TC. At this point, I'm going for 2 things. I'm going for the second TC. I also really want to start some knight production again. I wish I hadn't made 2 barracks, as those basically never get used the rest of the game, so that was a mistake. I feel like he should have rolled this out a long time ago. This is a mistake from Casper. But he's doing what I said, right? He scouted the double barracks, and look at all the archers he's made. And I don't even think there's a Keshik on the field yet. And this is a big one here. Just him having made these archers. These archers are not going to do anything against me because I'm not going to make any more spearmen, I don't think, for the rest of the game. I might make more at some point, who knows, but we're about to go. There's another stable. We're about to go heavy into knights here. I sent these spearmen over just to help my teammate out because he was getting pushed. a little bit off his gold with some men-at-arms, and he's already in castle now. And the HRE player is like, sure, they're going castle as well, but they've been delayed a good bit, and I think the English is reaching castle first actually here. So I really love the way my teammate has played this. I can't say that enough. I told him that as well at the end of the game. It's like really well played. Um, at this point, I'm super ready to start harassing trade. I really like. I'm feeling the pressure. It gets 10 minutes into a game against Mongols, and I barely harassed the trade. Right, so it's time. I'm gonna send these spearmen on a route to harass on this side. I'll send these archers down on this side. I think the archers already died when we weren't paying attention. No, there they are. And I'm also producing knights, so I can really start harassing. We finally got our second TC down, um, which is good. We really needed that. Super late compared to like you know, um, if I hadn't been delayed with the tower rush, but it is what it is. These archers arrive at the perfect time to die in this tower, which is nice. But I kind of forgot about them, so yeah. And we see the first Keshiks arrive, but he takes so much damage from the English TC there. He loses a Keshik, and then I'm able to just pick off the other one. So that was a good start for us protecting against the Keshiks. We're going to lose these archers, but it is what it is. And we're just going to go heavy into knights now. I got chivalry too early probably, but it's never a bad thing to have it. It's just a bad thing to get it too early, but it is what it is. And I'm going to speed this up for a minute. And at this point, he really has a lot of traders. So 13 traders. It's really time to put the pressure on this trade. And that's what we're going to do for the rest of the game. So I'll send these 3 knights down here. 1 trader. 2 traders. And it's really important, guys, when you are raiding all over the place in a team game or even in a 1v1, just keep those knights alive, right? You do not need to take an engage here with the Keshiks. You just need to keep harassing. So I pulled back 1 knight so I could have some knights at home as well. In a different group, these knights are going to, you know, provide a lot of distraction for a minute. Now his whole army is here, focused on this. Second group of knights can go in, and these knights can run him around. And I'm also killing traders on this side with spearmen, which is really nice. At this point, we can go castle as well. I don't have a lot of knights on the field, but I did want to go ahead and get that castle age in and just keep spamming knights. Go ahead and get the upgrades in. So you see, I'm luring like his whole army across the map with these 2 knights, and that's really big because, yeah, can do damage in other places with these knights. Managed to pick off an HREville, get some idle time, and I'll wrap back around to the trade in a moment, I do believe. These 2 knights are still, like, he's chasing with so many units, right? I don't know how much value these spearmen got, but I think it was a good bit. They killed several traders over here, and they're just now getting picked off, so that's really nice. I do wish we had a caster mode for team games. And at this point, I did forget about the knights. I could have brought them like all the way home, so this was that was bad, right? But it is what it is. Now we're here, right? And his whole army chased across the map, so his archers are having to return, and his Keshiks are here and here, you know, so we can pick off more trade. I should have the upgrade coming in for veterancy, and I'll be able to get royal bloodlines really early here because I have a lot of gold. Couple villager kills there. A trader kill. And we'll pull away. Pull away now. As soon as the army shows up, just pull away. We're just here to kill traders. And I rushed a keep in this situation because I wanted to go ahead and take some control up here on these big golds. Stone, this food. Teammate trying to do a little harass on the trade as well, which I appreciate. Another trader down. I really wish we could see worker kills this game. Like we can in the 1v1 caster mode, but it is what it is. And at this point, like, he's getting frustrated, so he chases with all of his Keshiks into my base, and he's focused on this down here. And I'm able to pick off all of these Keshiks. I don't think I lose a knight here, or if I do, it's just one. Yeah, I lost one knight there, and he lost like 3 Keshiks, 4 Keshiks, so very good trade for me. We killed more traders here. So this is all just about distracting on multiple fronts and really just trying to deal with this trade, kill as many traders as we can, and make as many knights as we can, because eventually when you snowball the knights with French, I mean, this is in pretty much any game, but especially in team games, and you get that royal bloodlines, it just gets really scary. So now we're getting production around the keep. I really should have dropped, like, I really didn't set up optimally for a keep in my base, which is why I just skipped that and just made new production around this keep, so. And again, I'm luring Keshiks back to my main group of Keshiks, or knights here. So we can keep his Keshik number low. Two more down. And we'll speed this up for a minute again. Because I'm just going to keep raiding. I kill some villagers here. I noticed his army here was small and royal bloodlines had just come in for me, so I took a little fight there. And then I moved back into the trade line. And I realized he is going to cut me off, so I pull back. And at this point, this is one of the biggest mistakes you can make in team games, guys, is what Yellow's doing right here. He sent this whole huge expensive army forward by himself with zero support from his teammate Casper. All of Casper's army is here. And because I had just run away from this army here, I knew where his army was. And we had vision on this. I don't remember how. Maybe green pinged it. I don't know. But we knew that this was here. So I'm just going to pull all my knights to this one area, and then we'll be able to clean yellow easily with this, plus all my knights, plus these knights, you know? We'll be able to destroy yellow here. And this is a very, very big point in the game. Just to be able to take all this down. Also, like, once again, I just want to applaud my teammate. He held HRE to what? 4 relics in a team game where there's like 8 or 9 relics on the map, and I was doing absolutely nothing to help him stop the relics. So, because I was really focused on the trade. So, once again, good job, TZ. Managing to get 3 relics for himself as well. 4 relics is a lot, guys, but you can't do much about it in team games. Sometimes it's just really hard, so. At this point, I'm pinging the crap out of this, like, hey, let's go, let's go. So he realizes it. Both our armies are here together. We can smash this. It's time. Yeah, once those mangonels go down, it's just kind of like, yeah. That was a really, really, really good fight for us, obviously. Like, extremely good fight for us. And this is what you always want to avoid in team games. Like you don't want to make a huge push into your opponent's into one person's base and be too far forward on the map without any support from your teammate, because when you lose that whole army, you've just lost your team the game in a lot of situations. And the only reason we aren't able to just flood HRE's base here is because of all these stupid relic towers. Otherwise, we could just flood his base and end the game, but we decide to play it safe, which is pretty much always the right thing to do. In a team game, you don't want to throw away your army just because you had one big victory here. And his army wasn't with me, right? So I'm just going to pull back because I'm definitely not fighting this alone. Together, it's a fight we can take, however. And at the same time, we've got another new group of knights going in to raid the trade. And I lose way too many knights here, but it is what it is. Um, we're still winning this fight, and yellow's still in a rough spot. And at the same time, I'll be able to get off some raids on the trade again. So eventually, I think I decide we should pull back from here. I mean, this fight wasn't as bad as I thought for us, but it's time to pull back right about now. I would say, I don't know. I mean, we're cleaning everything, right? There is lots of spearmen coming out, but also I've killed like 5 or 6 traders down here just in the last minute or two. And at this point, I do realize it's time to regroup. Yeah, we're gonna pull back. I'm sure we're about to pull back, right? 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 And we're killing more traders. I think I burned this for a minute and then I'm like, yeah, we should just pull out. I lost too many knights to sprinkled towers and stuff here. We're just, we're gonna lose these knights, but they got a lot of value. And now it's time. Um, about time to go Imperial here for me as well. The Imperial French Knights are insane. So we'll speed it up for a bit. I'm gonna just go harass trade. I start mixing in some horsemen as well, just because they're making a lot of crossbows. And we got another group of horsemen back here, harassing the trade. You guessed it. God, I wish I could just see how many traders I killed, but look how many he has still, man. Mongol trade. I guess he's just been making them constantly the whole game. They're so cheap, too, man. It's crazy. At this point, I am getting a scary massive cavalry up, and I'm still just running him around like it's just some horsemen. Killing more trade. Well, I guess we didn't get that one, but it is what it is. But I have a big group of knights and horsemen somewhere up here. I don't even know where they are now. Oh yeah, yeah. I pulled back because he tried to raid. Our trade, we had begun trading as well. Preemptively, you want to start trading in team games before the gold runs out for sure. And at this point, I realize I can place my red palace pretty far forward. And since I already had several keeps, I felt like red palace was definitely just the way to go here. Um, and watch this, guys. This is great. Watch this red palace just obliterate the curl tie. Look at that. Look at that. That is so busted. And at this point, I think I have the Imperial upgrade coming in from my knights. I do. 57 seconds on that. And the moment that kicks in, we're just going to go. And I can also just pull back to the red tower, red palace here easily to defend. But yeah, having seen Red's army, because he just threw away a bunch of Keshiks in the back of our base, right? So he's having to reproduce those. I knew that the moment my Imperial upgrades came in, I could just probably just wipe his base. And that's what we're going to do here. We got 24 more seconds on that Imperial upgrade. By the way, my teammate, once again, hats off to my teammate Teasy. He is killing it over here on his side. At least holding his own. Um, so that's really important. And my Imperial upgrade is in. And even though these are crossbows, it's like these are Imperial French Knights with the Royal Bloodlines upgrade already in, so like the crossbows aren't gonna stop it. These spears, not a problem. It's Imperial French Knights. They're insane. And also I can just spam them at this point. So I'm just going once again to start raiding. But these knights alone are going to clean everything that red has and just start killing everything in his base at this point. Guys, am I crazy? Is there some new upgrade that lets them upgrade their towers to stone? Why are these towers stone towers now for Mongols? Have I completely missed some update or something? I did not know about this. Anyways, he's dead. And yeah, French insane in team games. I really enjoy playing it. Um, and yeah, I hope you guys learned a little bit from this game. If you have any questions about it, let me know in the chat. Um, but yeah, I think French is really strong for team games. Like just the healing knights and being able to go like all over the place on a bigger map. It's really strong. So yeah, try it yourself. Um, and I'm gonna keep going for Conqueror with that strategy. Of course, we're not very far off in team games at this point. I'm one game away, but I've been one game away a couple times, and then I had some games against Don Artie. So who knows? Hopefully, I'll get it soon though. And yeah, I'm still gonna play some more 1v1s this season as well. But I'm gonna go into full go mode when the DLC drops, guys. You can expect new guides for the new civs and new guides for Ottomans and old civs that talk about how to deal with the new civs and yeah, all the good stuff. We're all just waiting on this expansion right now. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all next time.